Delta Airlines had a rocky go in the early 2000s and had to make tough decisions to alleviate the overarching fear of bankruptcy. There was unfortunately no decision that would fix all issues without some sacrifice, and that's where adept leadership would have come into play. In a company as large as Delta, there is no one leader that looks over all areas equally, meaning changes could have been made to have each sector recognized. This could have led to different outcomes in the following years that are outlined below. Overarching changes were heavily influenced by the threat of bankruptcy and the effect that would have on the company. Delta had grew in size and had to adapt to the fuel costs and other expenses that rose and fell with the economy. Along with this, the plans needed to be made addressing the steps to follow in regards to the future of the business. Cost was a major challenge for Delta during this time. Analysts said that Delta's problems were primarily a result of the airline's bloated cost structure and extremely high cost of labor. They said the operational elements of the airline were also more suitable at a time when people were willing to pay a premium for quality air service and had become obsolete in the early 2000s. This quote, taken from a case study, explains the issue of cost for Delta, sharing that labor was in major excess. Along with this, competition such as Southwest offered flights for lower prices as many weren't willing to pay as much in the coming years. Fuel costs and unions refusing pay cuts added to the stress of the company. Obstacles that would prove to be in the way past these challenges directly resulted from the decision made through the Delta Airlines turnaround strategy. Following these decisions, there would have been apprehension of taking new employees on after the thousands of layoffs preceding. Remarketing from an employer standpoint would prove to be a challenge. Adding to this, it is possible that there would be a perception of lower service standards after hearing of those being laid off. The Dallas hub was closed, and this could have negatively affected future hub interest in other major cities. As for leadership principles, model the way and inspire a shared vision are two that would have greatly impacted the strategy. Leaders that inspire a shared vision would assist current and prospective employees to understand the goals of the company, something that is immensely important when major changes are in the future. This gives a sense of community and inclusion, two important factors in employee retention. Model the way follows this by adding more open-door policies to mold new leaders and encourage current to form professional bonds with employees to increase best practices.